A TikToker crashed his McLaren with his friend inside and ended up fleeing the scene, leaving his friend for dead on the side of the road with injuries from the crash, as you can see in this video. Just kind of left him, acting like he was Scooby and Shaggy when they seen a ghost. He just hightailed it out of there. He's nowhere to be seen. Left a cloud of dust behind him and everything. That's how fast he ran out of there.
Aye, that's not trust, man. Shit.
And the scumbag's name, who apparently is a worse jobber than SpongeBob, is HS Tiki Talkie. And this is a picture of him posted up with a McLaren, and then the McLaren after the crash. I can't speak for some reason. I'm struggling with the English language, which is the only language I've learned my whole life. But if we go to this right here from London and UK Street News, we can see some other angles that people have posted on TikTok. You can see there's an angle of the other car that got hit and the emergency responders. There's another angle of General G and his belly on the ground. And there's also an angle of the car that the McLaren hit, because it looks like what happened is that the McLaren T-boned the other car. And I think this situation right here should once and for all put into effect a law that bans any influencers or any self-proclaimed influencers from owning supercars, because they are far too stupid to own that much power in a vehicle, because something bad's going to happen. They're going to crash it. They're going to put others in harm. And this just really cements that fact. But HS Tiki Talkie put out on Twitter after this situation, he said, "On a real one, so sad seeing how many DMs saying, 'I wish you died. Can't wait until you in prison. Some of you guys are so depressed with your lives, you can't handle a sick cant like me doing what the fuck I want and living instead of hating. Do something yourselves, you fat dossers.'" Yeah, only a totally awesome sick cant like him, who does whatever the fuck he wants, would leave his friend behind after crashing his vehicle with his friend inside, because that's what a sick cant does. He skimpers off like a little pussy after he wrecks and doesn't even check up on the person he hit or his friend. That's what a sick cant does. But I will say, in any situation, death threats aren't necessary unless it's literally like sending death threats to Osama bin Laden. That's like the only example where it's okay. But, it's never okay to send death threats, but also it's not okay to crash a vehicle and just flee the scene, leaving everyone behind who got injured. And that's a good time to mention that there have been no fatalities from this situation from what I've seen, just injuries, which is good that no one actually lost their life because of this stupid asshole. But then again, the situation does get worse because he engagement baited and posted, "I've never driven a McLaren in my life," afterwards on Twitter. And then he just comes back online with a different McLaren, and he's in a different country now. The dude literally crashed, left his friend for dead, left his friend behind, fled to a different country, and now has another McLaren that I presume he's going to crash again very soon. He said, "You know what? I got one more in me." Like those NBA memes. And yeah, that smile on the smile on his face tells me for sure he doesn't regret anything he's done, because TikTokers don't have consciences, not conscious. Probably not consciousness. He probably doesn't have object permanence. He's stupid. But he probably doesn't have a sense of guilt from this situation either. But if it wasn't obvious, this is the kind of guy that only genuinely cares about engagement and interaction from strangers online. He doesn't care about anything else, if it wasn't obvious at this point. He doesn't care about anything except the attention he gets online. So much so that he has now mocked his friend who was left on the side of the road with injuries after this crash in a music video that he uploaded one day ago.
"And they call me the general, flew out the McLaren, now I'm feeling pretty terrible."
And that's just a shitty thing to do, leaving the general behind on the battlefield. That's fucked up, dude. Like, why the hell? This is just such a shitty thing to do. If there is any real sense of justice in this world, Batman himself will come to seek vengeance on fucking HS Tiki Talkie. Which I gotta point out how stupid of a name that is. Like, that's worse than my Xbox name that I made when I was 12. I was Plasma Gamer 306. And this dude is a full-grown adult coming up with that shit. TikTok and its consequences on the world have been absolutely immeasurable, man. Like, it's just sad. Honestly. Like, it's depressing. Oh, shit. It's that depressing how much negative impact TikTok and clout chasing has had on the human species. But other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.